Hi everyone, Pip from Technology Triumphs here, and I'm just put a little video together to explain what Technology Triumphs is all about and how these qualifications might work for you and your family. So Technology Triumphs has been running now since 2018. It started off as quite a small provision for home educated children, offering tuition on a face-to-face basis in creative subjects. Since then, it's grown, basically because I soon became aware that there was a huge gap and lack of opportunity for home educated children to be able to access creative and practical qualifications. And even if they are able to find such qualifications, the prices are normally so high that it just makes it very hard for children to access them. So Technology Triumphs now has moved and grown as a provision now specifically with the agenda to make creative qualifications accessible to all. As well as myself, Pip Rothwell, Deborah Hayward, who was my old mentor when I was a newly qualified teacher, is on board as well, helping with extra provisions, and we together are working to create a bank of resources, a bank of qualifications that will help home educated families gain formal qualifications in creative and practical subjects. So how does it work? So like I say, I started off just doing face-to-face tuition in small groups, and that obviously only enables me to help a handful of children through the course of the week. So over the courses of the last year or so, we've developed the courses to put them online and run them as a distance learning provision. So the exam board that we're accredited under or approved under is NCFE. I've worked with the external quality assurer, so the person who's in charge of signing off on qualifications in this sense, and we have found systems and we've put things in place to enable us to roll out these provisions as distance learning provisions. So at no point during these qualifications are you required to travel to us or us to you. We can entirely sign off based on what we see and you submit online. So as a brief overview of how this works, basically if you've got access to email and a computer and a camera, then the course should be accessible to you. We email documents out on a term-by-term basis with the content of for that term. So it might include workbooks, it might include links to tutorials or guide sheets or a combination of all of those things. And you are able to access them, complete them how you want. So it might be that you electronically type onto the document, or you might prefer to print out and handwrite. You then upload those documents to the system we use is called Dropbox. You might already be familiar with it, but if you're not, setting up a Dropbox account is pretty much the same as setting up an email account. And while you might choose to pay for extra storage, for the purposes of these qualifications, you would only need a basic package. So you don't even need to pay for that as an extra service. You just open it up like you would an email account. You then upload the work for us to be able to assess. And when I say us, it is us. The feedback you get on a term-by-term basis for your child comes from myself or Debs. They're not automatically generated. It is personal feedback based on the work that we see. And within that, as well as ideas for how your child could develop their skills or improve their knowledge, we'll also give you feedback on what areas of strength we're seeing as well. In this example, you can see that the feedback has been colour-coded. Green indicates an area of strength, blue an area for development, and purple indicates a target or a task that needs to be revisited. And this would be completed every term. So that's provided on a term-by-term basis. The work is provided on a term-by-term basis. The courses are designed to span over 2 years. So in a similar format in terms of how they might be timetabled to complete a GCSE level qualification at school. And we'd recommend, depending on the level you're working at, if it's a level 1 qualification, we would say you would need to set aside 2 to 3 hours a week on the work. And if it's a level 2, probably 3 to 4 hours per week. And that would be based on term time only. So 6 sessions per term is what we would set as work. But how you manage that time is entirely up to you. If you want to work solidly on it for a couple of weeks and get the term completed, that's fine. There's no scheduled lessons. There's no expectations for you to log on and sign in and complete the work by a certain point. We just ask if you want your feedback in a timely manner for you to submit on the termly deadlines that entire term's work. That being said, if for any reason you need a bit of a break or you need extra time, the course is flexible and allows for that. There's no endpoint exam, which means that we're not all working towards the same date, which means we can be really flexible and open and allow for your personal circumstances. If your oven breaks down, you've got some family issues, or you just need to take a break away from the course for a while, that's absolutely fine. You just need to let us know that that's what's happening, and we can facilitate that. In the same vein, we wanted to make sure that this course was as affordable as possible. We recognise that there are some limited provisions out there for children to gain qualifications in creative subjects, but they're normally very, very pricey. And again, that just doesn't make creative qualifications accessible to all. So the cost of the course for the entire 2 years, which covers the cost of the content, the termly feedback, the support, the registration and the certification, is as low as we could keep it. On a level 1 at a full price, it's £440. On a level 2, it's £550. And that's for the entire course. To make it even more affordable, because we recognise that not everyone has a large sum of money in the bank to be able to pay a one-off fee like that, we've actually broken it down into monthly instalments. And there's no penalisation for that. You don't pay more if you're paying monthly. The final price that you pay remains the same. So for a level 1 is £20 a month, and for a level 2 is £25 a month. And there's no obligation to stay committed to the course. If at any point you want to cancel, you can, and we will cancel the subscription. No more payments will be taken. There's no fee taken as a result of that. On the flip side, if you just want to pause the course, then we can do that as well. We'll save your work that you've already submitted. We'll make a note of where you reached in terms of payments. And then at any point you want to come back and complete the course, then you just pick up where you left off. So hopefully that's gone some way in explaining how the actual course works. In terms of what is included, it depends on what qualification you're looking to enrol on, but all of the courses now, we've added additional support in the form of Facebook Lives. So we have regular Facebook Lives from the course assessor, from the course tutor, where you can have the opportunity to have face-to-face contact in that sense, be able to answer some questions, ask some questions for us to be able to answer. And we're also using those as another platform to just run mini tutorials just to explain what might be going on with the content in that term for the work. So what courses have we got running at the moment? Well, next enrolment is for September start. Enrolment is starting to open now, and there will be limited spaces on each of the courses. For September, we will have 3 level 1 options and 3 level 2 options, and they are as follows. If any of these courses appeal to you, please feel free to request to join the dedicated Facebook groups where you'll have access to more detailed information as well as sample materials for the courses.